be easy though, but game number one, we're headed to live fire.
Well, here we go then, everybody. It's the grand finals of the Pro Series number 4. And one thing to just quickly point out from that series layout, Recharge was in there, Andy, the first series that we do see, but it's only a Slayer, so no objective game types to worry about here for Sentinels. That's going to be good for them. But for Cloud9, it doesn't matter what the maps are. It doesn't matter what the modes are. They are going for 4 in a row here and looking to make a statement.
I gotta say, also just a pleasure to be alongside you for this series. I hope everyone at home has loved today. It's been one of the best days of competitive Halo in a very, very long time. Some amazing matches, trades being killed out there on the door as 3 will fall for Sentinels. But it's a pleasure to have you here for these grand finals in week number 4. It's been an amazing month of competitive Halo, and we can't wait to see what these final matches hold in today's games.
Well, Penguin's going to sniff out Lethal here. You can see that he knows where he is. Got the heat wave in hand as well, but it's one thing to have the weapon, it's another to hit the shots. Early on here, it was Sentinels who had some semblance of control. AB now in control of Sentinels as Penguin looks to finally finish off Lethal, but Lethal doing a great job there. Just to play his life, just to be a nuisance. Frosty came in and cleaned up the kill, and Frosty has the snipe in his hands. Now, Andy, this man was doing some pretty nutty things last time we saw him on this map with this weapon in his hands. Do you reckon he can do it again?
Oh my God, he's certainly going for it. Let me tell you, it goes for the full send there on garage door and back B as well. This man is fearless, and I gotta say, in Frosty's interview, you heard him saying, we're out here for the vibes, right? They're just having a great time. That's when some Halo players like this are at their most dangerous. They're out here, they're in the grand finals, and they're just having a great time. This is not their roster due to a substitution that they're heading into the next event with, so they're just looking to have a great time and play the best Halo they can. And to be honest, that's pretty scary when you're looking at these 4 players.
Eco takes him down, gets the sniper rifle out of his hands. 2 dead here for Cloud9, but 2 dead also for the side of Sentinels. C9 will be able to turn overseas, so that's going to be AC in their control, but a strong start here for Sentinels, 35-5. A very impressive start as Lethal now looks to convert C.
Yeah, very impressive, especially when they don't necessarily lead in the slaying category that heavily. Nice little push, though, comes out of C9 as they go for a 2v1 on C Plat, and they will win that, only dropping 1 player, so they'll have a minor man advantage for the moment.
Heatwave in the hands of Lethal. Frosty also almost holding hands with Lethal here as he takes him down. And it's been an interesting road to this grand finals for Sentinels as well. I know you've all seen the Grim Reaper meme where he's knocking on the doors, where they've beaten Optic, they've beaten FaZe that we just saw, and now if they can take down Cloud9, they're certainly knocking on the door. It would be a story in itself here. Stella picks up 1 though, as a conversion looking to take place here on C, as numerous members of Cloud9 are going to be here to finish things off. B's going to be turned over though by Sentinels in the meantime, so Sentinels almost 1 step ahead at the moment.
Yeah, right now looking very good here, 47-19, and we've seen, keep in mind, we've seen Cloud9 drop game 1s throughout, not just today, but previously, and if they're a team that knows how to bounce back, it's certainly that Frosty winning a battle he certainly should not have won down there on B, and it's plays like that on set that could be the difference maker.
Yeah, that was a triple kill for Frosty as he managed to get the stop onto B as well, so 63 points and rising here. Finally, Stella is going to slow down the progress of the man we just had the interview with, but he's been playing some lights out Halo at the moment, and so is this man over recent weeks. In my opinion, Stella has been the standout for C9, which is a crazy thing to say considering how well the likes of Renegade have been playing as well.
Exactly. To be a standout player on that roster really says something about how well he's playing here. As we go over to Renegade, trying to stay alive against Frost. He's got the help, though, so should be able to stay alive from this closet angle, and going to be more points on the board here. It's a great start for Sentinels, though. 72-33. However, you do have Cloud9 back in control, Sniper in control, and scoring once again.
Yeah, trying to be aggressive on this A stronghold as well. Formal will pick up 1. Penguin will trade it out almost immediately though, but 2 players do fall. And look at this, Frosty sliding across your screens. He's going to be taken down as well. Penguin last player alive as Formal will be coming off the respawn screen. He does have the weapons to play with here, but look at this. Sentinels already recognizing where Penguin is. They saw it on the death screen. They know where those deaths happened, but Penguin's still alive and still managing to do some damage.
I mean, huge damage, right? He goes into A. He's able to finish A as the last player alive. He also has Sniper and Heatwave, and then he gets a kill on top sandbags. You cannot let Penguin get away with things like that and continue to just rack up kills. Snakebite there with a double, and the kill feed might give an opportunity for Sentinels to push, but big plays here from Penguin.
Penguin picks up 1. This is the snipe on 2. Formal tries to whip that one back onto his visor, but not going to happen for now as Lethal will pick up the camouflage. 2 dead as well for C9, and BC still in the control here of Sentinels, Andy. This has been a great start for Sentinels. There's no other way to put it. Even though they've lost numbers a few times, they've managed to hold control as Frosty once again looks to put on a highlight reel for us with a snipe.
Yeah, right there tries to hit the repulsor at the end. That will not connect. But look at the board. Triple cap momentarily. C is being flipped, but not before the damage is done. 125-41. Sentinels control once again. Mangler camo for Lethal. We'll see if he can nest bridge jump up here as well.
Sneaky Mangy play. Eco's going to fall, you would imagine. finally is taken out. Now the push comes on to B. Renegade will be taken out as well. Once again, just great job here from Sentinels of making sure that they control and rotate around that B stronghold. And now they're making the push onto C when they have the numbers. Lethal on the flank though, look at this. He might be able to get the stop onto A as well. There's two members in front of him, so he's gonna back out and just try and stay alive.
Yeah, nice job there, though. Gets a lot of damage there. He's doesn't get the reset, doesn't get the stop, but instead gets the damage he needs. He's gonna slow down that C9 push, and guess what? He just gets to loop around once again, start with help with the teammate. Now they're gonna lose B, but right away they're gonna flip A. So Sentinels, as you said, on set perfectly, one step ahead.
Lethal manages to get into B, but there is a player behind him. Grenade's going to come in as well. Stella picks up the kill. Important there to get Lethal out of that stronghold. 2 dead here for Sentinels as well. But Frosty, my goodness, just whips the heat wave around and absolutely chunks the player off of the back of the green. That was almost like watching Gears of War, not Halo.
I was going to say that heat wave is hitting different today. Something about that thing is absolutely connecting in a way that my heat wave certainly does not. Eco now going to grab it and head to the back of the tower. Now they're down by quite a margin here, over 100 points. We'll have to see what C9 can do to bounce back in this game.
This is a great flank though from Eco and a great move from C9. You can see that B and A are in their control, and C will be as well. Stella picking up another kill is going to secure it. It's a triple cap here for C9. Lethal trying to do what he can, wins a vital battle. Formal's going to be there with him as well to try and force Stella back and get this conversion onto C. And while all this is happening, Lethal does the work over here at C. The rest of his team are moving on B.
Yeah, great teamwork there to make sure that they clear out C. They needed to send 2 players. That was the only way they were going to get that flip on C. They do it. They're also working on B. So once again, we're seeing great resilience, great work out of the side of Sentinel. Stellar, though, with a nice Mangler drop with that camo. So he's going to pick up another kill and try to keep things alive on A sandbags.
Yeah, great shots from Stellar as well. They ain't easy shots to hit from that kind of distance with the Mangler. Those aren't easy shots to hit against the camo player if you're Frosty as well with the 4-shot. Renegade moving in, though, to clean up both of the kills and the damage that was done. However, as he picks up 2, Sentinels exchange 2. So he'll be chased out now by Lethal. C9 on the back foot. This is an opportunity now with the kills going down for Sentinels to try and get inside one of those strongholds and convert.
Yeah, Sentinels needs to make sure they keep the foot on the gas. The second you slow down, C9 will strike. They will get right back in this game, and they will close the gap and start to run away with the series if you let them. Sentinels, though, if they keep playing their game, they certainly have a good chance at closing this one out pretty quickly.
Lethal picks up 1 on Eco. Snakebite picks up another on Penguin, so the move will be made onto B. And it looks like Frosty and Formal both have the cutoffs there towards Tower. Snakebite will sacrifice his life to get that conversion onto B. Formal with the green gun. Once again, how many times have we seen the plasma pistol in play today? Oof. Picks up yet another kill. Renegade has the sniper rifle on his hand, but look at the pressure now coming in from Sentinels, not allowing C9 to feel comfortable. Stella now last alive.
My gosh, the coordination, the timing from Sentinels, waiting for each other off the spawns, always making sure they're sending at least 2 players to each stronghold. It has really paid off. The scoring's going to be slowed down. We're going to see an A-B hold coming in from Stellar, but once again, B just starts to flip right in front of them, so Stellar needs to get around there. They will get the kill. They will get the reset, so maybe a moment here where we're going to see them bounce back in this game. It's an 80-point game, but C9 right now looking like they're getting a little bit momentum. And if you're a fan on the side of Sentinels, it's a little bit worrying.
Yeah, you got to remember the Sentinels just come off the back of a huge series, and Eco and the rest of Cloud9 have kind of been sitting watching for a few moments. So it's going to take you a few rounds of kills, a few moments, a few minutes, if you like, to get into the feeling of this game. But now they are starting to, but those shots coming in from all of the Sentinels players were important for Frosty to get that camouflage, but it's extinguished almost immediately, stomped on, as now you're going to see C9 move on C.
Lots to talk about there. Great shots from Lethal to win that battle, but Renegade comes in to make sure he gets the double and burns the camo. It's certainly at a pivotal moment here, as there's not a lot of room for error for the side of C9. Right now, BC control still in favor of Sentinels, and Eco needed to make a miracle happen in the 1v2 sandwich, but he can't.
Been joking about Halo Infinite being a horror game, but it's been a few times today we've almost had jump scares happening as players just appear from round corners. Renegade taken down as well, and look at this, a triple cap now for Sentinels, 216 and rising. And at this point, Andy, they're almost doubling the lead now of Cloud9.
Lethal goes for the quick 180 repulsor jump, a little bit hard to hit with the momentum of that direction, but like you said, scoreboard damage is certainly done. 235 to 128. They will flip C, but still scoring in the favor of Sentinels, and now double kill comes in from Penguin. B will start, and C9 needs a run. They need it now. They only have a 12-point cushion.
And that's why Hoaxer says that Penguin has one of the best battle rifles in the entirety of the Halo community. You've just seen him take down 2 players there, top middle. Not easy to hit those shots. Frosty makes the rotation over to C here, but here comes the push from C9, and there's Eco. He needs to be taken down. The reset will be attempted now. Snakebite has the heat wave, needs to pick up the kill on Renegade, at least force him down to the low ground. Sentinels holding on here, but managing to hold on, and now they're just 10 points away from taking our game 1.
Yeah, right now, with their position right there, it should be good because they're going to put pressure on A. They're going to hold B throughout this, and let's see if A can get flipped. That's the only hope that C9 has right now. They will get the flip, but B is already being worked on by Sentinels as well.
Been worked on, but kills have fallen in the favor of C9. Lethal with the drop shield, gets the beat down as well onto Stella. Traded out immediately, though, as Snakebite now tries to make the sneaky play towards A. They get A, but look at C. C9 are there. It's going to be a battle, a war around green and around B now. Stella, though, is going to take one down. Frosty has the camo, though, and Sentinels are also inside of B, but the reset comes in again for Cloud9. Renegade this time making a play.
Frosty pushing ahead of C while C gets capped. This likely will be a C flip. It will go, but at the same time, A goes as well. B being worked on by Sentinels. Let's see, though, if Sentinels can flip B. If they do, they might be able to continue scoring as infant. Yes, indeed, they will continue scoring. They're also locking down B and C. This should be the end.
This might be the game. Snakebite gets the kill on C, and Sentinels continue this run of form. They go 1-0 up here in our grand finals. And
Royal 2 does resume for Anaheim. Here we go, game number 2.
Point of view of Stella is how we're going to start, and he's not going to have to fire a bullet to get his first kill. However, some bullets will be fired as he helps out Penguin, and what a start this is again for C9. They'll get the camo for free. Frosty's trying to make a flank. An interesting play from him. I actually kind of like that from Frosty. I like the idea behind it, but the only problem is, it's one thing to have an idea on paper, it's one thing to execute, and Cloud9 shut it down almost immediately.
Stellar gets hit by a plasma there. It looks like a friendly plasma based on the angle that it was thrown, and the hit ticks there in blue as well. They're going to finally clean that up, so he will narrowly get away, but it's a very, very strong start. 6-2 here for C9.
Yeah, that is the strongest of possible starts. And now you got Stella with camo and a shock rifle. This is not looking good here for Sentinels at the start. You can see across the board, Frosty and Formal both sat on donuts as Lethal gets sat on his backside by that shot coming in from Stella. Renegade picking up another one, and now the collapse is coming in here from C9. They look pretty pissed off that they lost that first game, Andy, and trying to be as aggressive as possible.
I was going to say, C9 is a bounce-back team. How many times have we seen, even today alone, when they drop game number 1, they've lost a lot of strongholds with these blowout game 1s, and right away they just answer back. Somehow Frosty slides underneath the tag of Stellar there with the shock rifle, but they really do. They get ticked off after game 1 losses, and they come back with huge numbers in the follow-up games, and then they just seem to run away with it after that, and certainly showing up in game number 2.
Snakebite somehow alive here, finally going to get taken down. I have to say, even though it was a really strong start here from Cloud9, Sentinels have responded. Stella picks up the kill and the killing spree, so a great start here for B as they find themselves up by 13-7. But considering power weapon control, positional control, you have to say Sentinels have done a pretty good job to keep this close.
They certainly have, especially when considering that Stella right now has grapple, shock rifle, sword as well, just continuing to rotate. 7-kill games, certainly something Sentinels could bounce back from, but we're not too far away, Onset, from this getting out of hand, depending on how these next few kills go.
Are we going to see our Geronimo? Yes, we are! Geronimo as he goes in with the grapple and the sword. 3 full in quick succession for Sentinels. Cloud9 really starting to put the pain onto Sen here.
That's a clinical push there, like you said, just all-ins there with the grapple, picks up a double kill and pipes, and that's what we talked about. Depending on how those kills go, they trade 4 for 1. They're going to be very happy to do that. Even more extra grapple for Renegade in a second. He's going to wait it, though, and he's going to bait it. Picks up the back whack, 19-9 now.
Yeah, I said Sentinels were keeping it close, but now Cloud9 have said, that's close enough, boys. Shock rifle going to go into the hands of Renegade as well. 20-10, make that 21 as Penguin picks up another kill. Last 2 players alive here from Sentinels are trapped as well. Renegade will wait for that camo to come back, but it's actually, actually run out now, and now he's just going to go grappling forward. He's doing Tarzan impressions. He's just destroying everyone in his path.
Talk about not giving an expletive. Just flies in, does not care at all. It's 24-11. There's 3 people in back elevator. He just grapples right in and gets free kills. And guess what? When you have a team like C9 controlling the map like this, you can do whatever you want. And that's exactly what Renegade's doing right now. Might finally get taken down here, and looks like it's the help. Almost trades there. A few kills go in the way of Sentinels, but it's almost too little too late. It's already 27-14. C9 just absolutely destroying in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. Renegade doesn't give a It's as simple as that, Andy. You know, it has to be said sometimes. Frosty is going to be moving through to try and get some semblance of something going here for Sentinels, but it's just been a vice grip so far from Cloud9 in this game. Frosty down, Lethal is going to be taken down pretty shortly as well, as he can't get the kill to his name. Formal picks up one, but at this point I think C9 are just collapsing too quickly. I don't think we've seen Sentinels 4 alive at any point since around the 2-minute mark on this game.
We really have not. 31-18 here, and it's just like we said, when you have a team supporting this well and on the same page like C9 is, answering back in game number 2 in such a huge way, it allows each player to have such comfort, such a, what the Frosty somehow avoids the nade there through the Geo, doesn't clip over the wall. That was miraculous, but still a 12-kill deficit for them.
Yeah, we're very close to getting fined a couple of times in this series already, which is always a good sign, to be honest, as a viewer. Not so much for the bank balance, but never mind. Eco now trying to stay alive around the C stairs. And Sentinels have at least managed to get some sort of semblance of respectability back in this game. There's a shot from Snakebite as well with a shock rifle. Maybe that's what they need. Just one weapon, one little bit of momentum starting to go their way. And look at this, C9 recognize it, and Renegade just sticks him in the face.
I mean, that doorway was heavily guarded, to say the least. We had plasma grenades, we had swords. No one was coming through that doorway on the side of Sentinels without getting blown up. And that's just, oh my goodness, Frosty just flies in with a grapple cowabunga commando bonanza, flies in there with some beautiful shots in the back of elevator. It makes very quick work of his opponents. And even though this is an 11-kill game, Sentinels is still putting up a fight. Yeah,
that's a trademark of Andy Dadinsky, aka Bravo. If anyone else in the esports community dares use that phrase again, then you will be finding a letter from his lawyers coming through your letterbox at any point. But now we're going to see Frosty now trying to move on the pipes. The trade will be all that happens, but 10 kills the difference between the two teams. And even though I was saying, you know, this is looking like C9 are just collapsing too quickly, there's not much that Sentinels can do. Having seen what's happened recently, Andy, it's very silly to say that. I think we've learned that as Formal says goodbye.
Oh my, talk about your boy having your back. Sellers hanging down bottom C crates, and Eco just repulsor nopes his opponent right off the board, says, you don't have to worry about this, I got you, brother. Takes him down, and I think that sums up this game pretty well, Onset, the fact that we just saw C9 just absolutely making very quick work of their opponents. It's 44-29.
Now the only question is, can Sentinels avoid the steak dinner? C9, they only need 5 kills. Sentinels need a couple just to keep this away from the dinner being served, so to speak. Camo's going to be popping as well. Lethal and Snakebite pick up 2, so that is going to be the steak dinner avoided for now. If Sentinels win this one, Andy,
no,
I'll take you out for dinner. How about that?
Which, you're taking me out more than out for dinner. You're taking me out for dinner regardless. Double kill here for Frosty. Not done yet. 35-45, 10-kill game. Really should be a Sentinels should be a C9 victory, but Sentinels not going down without a fight and a performance. Here we go.
Formal does have the Mangler. Frosty still has the shock rifle. Renegade trying to push in. There's a player from C9 in front of him though. Oh, what? Frosty manages to trade out at least from a very unfortunate looking position. Now Formal picks up. I tell you what, everyone's worked this out now, haven't they? That everyone's using this thing ridiculously. Formal! What? Stop it!
49. 1 kill to go.
Finally, the madness is ended. It was almost like it was a race to 50 for both of those teams.
TF, they have not dropped this game type in recent tournament memory. We'll have to see if that holds true. Here's the opening rush.
Here we go then. First kill goes to C9. Opening strategy's certainly been in their favor for the majority of the games we have seen so far, Andy. It looks like C9, not surprisingly, just a little bit more locked in on what they want to do off the rip.
Penguin gets overshield, and no one has grabbed grapple yet. He gets the grapple and the rockets as well. Now he's just flying into the back of the base. And I don't know how, but he gets essentially everything for free. Lots of support from teammates there, without a doubt.
Renegade picks up the kill onto Snakebite as well. The flag decides to get stuck in the roof, as we see it do so many times. Penguin now running this with the power weapon in hand. Wouldn't surprise me to see this thrown out bottom middle, but he doesn't really need to be honest, because if you check the kill feed for just a few seconds there, all of Sentinels were dead. Snakebite is the only player alive at the moment, and this has been the quickest and most devastating flag run I have seen so far in Halo Infinite on this map. It was absolutely flawless from Cloud9. Penguin not taking any damage.
I could not agree more. Like we said, it felt like Penguin got everything for free. He actually got the overshield, walked across top middle as if to advertise himself to the entire map, then grabs the grapple, pops up, grabs the rockets, walks in, runs the flag back himself. You will not see that very often, and the only way you see that is because he had such great support from teammates off of the opening.
Remember when I said I don't think this game's going to be quite as fast? My bad, everyone. My bad. Penguin now has
What
the grapple as we see.
What's going on here? This is absolute.
I don't know. I was about to say as we see, but I've got no idea what to call it. It's the double grapple Jeopardy.
This is
swinging
some
60s. I don't know what's going on. Something out of Austin
This is
Powers.
some Cirque du Soleil, absolute circus acrobatics going on here. You very rarely see two grappling players crossing like ships in the night, but that's exactly what
meme, but with both Spider-Man midair instead of just pointing at each other.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, you have grapple? I thought I had grapple. 1-0 still in favor of C9, and as we said, if we thought this series was going to slow down, it certainly has not. It's an overshield grab now for Lethal. We'll see what Sentinels can do.
All right, here's Lethal with the overshield. Manages to pick up one. There's going to be some help from a teammate as well. Penguin, though, unfortunately, I think that might have been a teammate onto Lethal that takes him down in those few moments. Excuse me, another teammate as we're now on board with Lethal, and now Sentinels do have some sort of control. There's Renegade going for the headbutt.
Was there?
Not going to connect as he's taken down, and now Penguin has to play some defensive moves here with the AR in hand. He gets a little bit windmilly, though, as it will be Sentinels making the push.
Just tries to hold there like a solo player, just holding the Testudo formation. Didn't work too well for him. Eco trying to win the battle on the double doors, but it's Frosty that wins that one. Not over yet. Finally, it will be Stellar that comes in, but essentially 2 dead for both sides, so teams will be resetting here.
Yeah, Snakebite's first alive on his team as well, so he'll be trying to move up mid-map. You can see the rocket's going to be popping in a few seconds, and look at the pressure coming in from Cloud9, though, but a huge amount of praise needs to be actually given to Snakebite there. He managed to stay alive in all of that. You saw that his teammate was there, and somehow or other, Snakebite and the rest of his team have managed to, in a very, very dodgy-looking position, get out of things with the rockets in their hands.
Plenty of time on the clock as well. Look at that. Nice. Oh my God, you can't track these grapple players. Stellar finally gets taken down, tried to grapple in. Snakebite gets good splash damage off the wall to take him down with a double as well. Renegade looks like picked up those, maybe shot the last rocket in the kill feed as well. So I was going to say for a moment it looked like Sentinels maybe getting a little bit of control, but when you have Stellar just absolutely Tarzaning in like that, it starts to shake things up a bit and things will slow down just a bit. Maybe a little bit of a reset. 2 dead now for the side of Sentinels.
2 dead. And you can see that Eco is trying to hunt down Snakebite here. It's a battle around the antennae. Who's got better reception? And at the moment, it looks like it's going to be Snakebite who manages to tune in a little bit quicker and win that 1v1 battle. Overshield popping as well here, Andy.
Snakebite goes full 5G, picks up that one. Also going to pick up another one bottom mid. It's going to earn him an overshield. So that relationship with the cell tower certainly paying off here as he has some great reception off those last few plays. Now moving in through HUD as well. Going to look for those spawners and he finds them right away.
Penguin going to be taken down, though. You can see the shots are coming in, but there's teammates here to help out as 2-4 for C9. Now the flag is moving here through the treehouse for Sentinels. They've managed to get this across halfway, but are they able to convert in such an effective way that we saw Cloud9? It looks like 2 players have already fallen, though, for Sentinels. The overextension also coming in here from Cloud9. So Snakebite's got some difficult decisions to make here. He gets the ticks with those grenades, but you can see the flag is away. Penguin and Eco pick up some kills, and it looks like this might have actually turned into the favor of C9.
Yeah, let's see what Stellar does. If he stays alive here, it will maintain the advantage for C9, but if he dies, we'll kind of go even. We'll have to see exactly how this goes, and what a play there. Penguin somehow stays alive, and Stellar just waits and dipsy doodles around the pillars, and they're going to bring this home.
I mean, that was absolutely genius from I think it was Stellar. Actually, we were watching, knowing that Frosty was above him, knowing that he was not going to give up that angle because of where the flag was, just waited and baited and got all of the time he needed to double up with his teammate. And from there, Cloud9 counter cap. They're up by 2.
Stellar, yeah, like you said, such a great job. Just waits for Penguin's help. And as you saw in the kill feed, it was 2 kills that went in favor of C9. So Stellar just played the numbers game. As long as he stays alive, they'll be able to continue that run. He stays alive long enough. Penguin knows to come help right away. You know there were great comms in the background as well. That will secure the second flag.
Formal trying to get that flag moving as well from the Cloud9 base. You can see the situation on the map at the moment is pretty even as he somehow manages to make that fight, which was not even, turn in his favor. Eco managing to keep cool and keep composed in that battle rifle fight to make sure that he picks up the kill. But 2 dead now either side. Snakebite going to be bottom middle. Grenade's going to be tossed here, and a nice shot to clean up that kill as well. Formal, unfortunately, is once again going to fall to the Palpatine. Not the first time we've seen it today. This time he falls, booby-dooby. Probably thinking, why didn't that happen for me a little bit earlier?
Yeah, sometimes you just get double dynamoed, and it's never a good feeling. Here comes the full send. It's with the overshield, it's with the mangler, it's with the grapple, and C9 pushing in once again. Renegade, there's one guy who knows how to do this. It's him. He flies right in, gets another kill. Killing spree for Renegade. The flagpole starts, but it's a stop right there on the doorstep for just a second.
Snakebite managed to get the kill and managed to slow it down, but that's all he's managed to do because the flag has managed to get through the treehouse because Snakebite wasn't in a position to challenge. And look at the kill feed. Stella has the rockets. Stella picks up 2 fresh kills. Formal last player alive. And once again, Eco is just going to waltz home through the doors here with that flag in his hands.
Kind of.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Eco. Take that one home. Put yourself up 3-0.
Nice job, though. You might have noticed that he slowed down on the bridge, and anyone who's played enough Halo Infinite knows that you have a little bit of half cover from that bridge, little doorway right there that just shuts down the angle for anyone who's pushing in from the opposing tree. And he's able to play that and just slow play as it goes and lets his shields recharge during that time. His team's able to get the right damage, the right kills around the opponent's tree, and just like that, he's able to punch in the 3rd flag.
Lethal versus Penguin. Both players back down, showing the respect as they couldn't get the finish. Renegade now going to be buddying up with Penguin inside of the bar. Now, the one thing for Sentinels and any team doesn't want is 2 players inside of your own bar. So many angles and so difficult to get them out of here on respawn, Andy.
Absolutely, and right now Penguin once again just looks like he has a free pass into the enemy's base because look at the kill feed. It's Renegade picking up kills with the Bulldog as well as a melee finish there. That double kill is going to pave the way. Eventually Former will trade out, but look at the pressure that's coming in as C9 runs this back. 3 dead once again. 2 fresh spawners.
That's such an important grenade that came in from Formal as well. It's such a big play overall. He actually spawned inside of the hut or the lockers, whatever you want to call it. As Penguin put Snakebite on his back. The Battle of the Animals is ended. But managing to stay alive there, Formal picked up 1, got that grenade, so he managed to take 2 players down to no shield. But from that, it looks like Sentinels aren't able to capitalize. Penguins through the double doors. He's got that flag back to the base, and this is looking like it will be 3 flags being added to that one. And it's now 4 for Cloud9 as they move 1 flag away from closing this game now.
And you might have noticed, moments ago that we didn't really have anyone that was standing out in the kills category. That has changed. Renegade is now 22-11 in this game. Penguin 19-8.
Big game. Lethal struggling a little bit in this one as well. He's 8-18. Although he has been playing some lights out Halo, some of his best Halo so far that I've seen in Halo Infinite from Lethal. And this game, maybe not one that he wants to look back on as one of the highlights for now. Stella now moving this one across. Keep your eyes on the feed. Frosty goes down. Renegade picks that up, and that means Stella is going to be able to move forward as Eco picks up another. We don't see this very often in Halo Infinite, everybody, let alone in a grand final, but it's going to be 5 flags on the board here. Cloud9 go up 2-1.
Wow, and they do it with 3 minutes on the clock. You hear so much talk about how very rarely do you get games that go to 5. And they're always ending on time. That one ends 5-0 with 3 minutes left. That tells you just how efficient, just how effective C9 is on that game type, and they now must win to stay alive.
Sentinels need to match that aggression, but also the element of control is something they've been pretty good at controlling in this particular game type. Oddball has been one that Sentinels have been able to play pretty well so far today, but are they able to play it well enough to beat C9 here and send this to a game 5 early? It's going to be Renegade. He picks up the rockets, picks up some kills as well. That's going to be 3 dead here. Lethal, the last player alive, as he's taken down as well. And that's how quick they are to react to that final player. Everybody converging from Cloud9. Now they have the oddball in their hands.
Man, look at the coordination. Look at the teamwork there. They knew exactly what they had to do to get all 4 players dead. And even though it took them a few players themselves and they traded out about 4-2, they knew exactly how to get those final kills. And Stellar's very happy to trade with those rockets against Lethal on Beast Terrors because he knew it would lead to this tram hold.
Penguin now going to have a flank onto Frosty. The Bulldog, though, just not quite in the right perimeter to do the damage that it needed to do. So staying alive here, Frosty, for now. Stella drops that oddball off and picks up the Bulldog instead to make sure that he can defend it with his life. Lethal picks up another in the feed as well. Lethal doing a huge amount of damage here to C9. Wow. Finally going to be taken down. God. Stella and Penguin last alive, but Stella gets a kill to slow things down on the push. But that was a great push from Sentinels.
Stellar is nuts the way he played that. He goes outside C, which is kind of risky, right? Finally thrusts back, uses a few slides, picks up another kill. But as you say, it's answered back by a very good push. They get 3 dead for the moment, and now Sentinels will put some points on the board as well. Essentially a tied game off of the opening.
Sentinels will go into the lead, but you can see Lethal already under pressure here from Penguin and Eco. Has the Stalker rifle in his hands. Frosty will pick up 1 onto Eco, which is going to buy him a little bit of time. Snakebite with a second as well, and the odd ball in his hand. So PJ really doing some good work here, but there's the push from Renegade. Manages to pick up the kill onto Lethal, but the rotation already here from Snakebite towards PD.
Very nice rotation here from Snakebite. Finds safety in the police department. And we'll now take a look here at back A, but look at the pressure coming in from Neons from the side of C9.
C9 pushing. Lethal's going to be there to match it, though. And you can see Snakebite drop that ball and recognize that the 2v2 fight was something they had to take. The only problem is, having taken the fight, the Bulldog was there in the hands of C9, and now the oddball is also in their hands. So even though it's 3v3 on the map at the moment, C9 managed to break through and get the oddball, but were they a little bit overzealous there at getting that in their hands?
You got both teams just trying to take their toys and go home. You have the side of Sentinels running it to PD like, no, we want it over here. Right away, Eco's like, no, I'm bringing this thing way back to Tram. We don't want any part of this. So Snakebite actually, based on the spawns, is going to have to actually rotate back to Tram himself. He'll be happy to do so, though, because he has the comfort of some spawning teammates. But pressure, once again, right away from C9.
It almost reminds me a little bit of midi ball, to be honest with you, the way that this game type is developing, right? You hold it in a base for a certain amount of time. As soon as you see the spawns, you're moving. You're rotating that ball away, and you're trying to collapse onto those spawns from different angles. And the more we see it develop, I think we might see it start to play even more like that. There's a thrust from Snakebite, but the only thing he thrusted into was the wall, which wasn't enough to throw the reticle off of his opponent. But Sentinels do have somewhat of a considerable lead here. 53-22 the score. Plenty of time left for Cloud9, though. As you can see, that oddball will be picked up, or is it just trapped inside of the bin? It's actually in the bin. That's the most precise play ball I've ever seen.
Wow, they actually tried to throw the ball in the garbage, which is pretty remarkable, which turns out is not a play ball in the game, but like you said, I have never seen a so delicately placed oddball. We thought for a second it might have been glitched in the map, but no, it was just so perfectly placed in the garbage bin that will finally be picked up now. And as you said, a lot of points here on the board for Sentinels. Onset, what we need to see from Sentinels is they have to play this game type the exact same way they played Strongholds. They need to make sure they are super objective efficient, and when they have a chance to put points on the board, they do exactly that. They cannot give Cloud9 a single opportunity to bounce back in this game.
Look at this play from Stellar. I thought he was dead to rights in that situation. The brute nades didn't do the damage that I think the Sentinels player thought they were going to do. And then he managed to back out, and with the AR coming out, maybe thinking, I just got to clean up this kill. He's going to be weak, right? He hits every single shot that he needs to, but even though Stellar makes that play, at the moment it's Sentinels who have a foothold in this game. And not only that, they are out-slaying Cloud9 at the moment. They've got the rockets in their hands. Snakebite's got them, but more importantly, they've got the oddball too. 76 points and rising, and if Snakebite picks up a couple of kills with these rockets, this could be the round going to Sen.
It really could be. 2 dead still right now. It's 2v2, but rockets are on the front door. Now only 1 alive. Whoever's challenging on dumpsters here is going to be the one that can finish. Nice job by Snakebite to prioritize those kills perfectly, and they're going to cross the 90-point mark.
Lethal just going to be able to chunk that grenade. He's barely got any health. You can see more grenades are coming in as well. Doesn't go for that oddball play, though. As you can see, his teammates might be in a position just to scrape these last few moments. There's the microwave. It comes in from Renegade mid-map as Snakebite will have to trade things out. Where's that oddball, though? Who is closest? Formal last player alive here. C9 have got a hold.
4 dead there, but it took a while for C9 to get the ball. And we'll have to see how Sentinels plays this. They just need, as you know, 1 push. Doesn't even have to be an all 4 dead. They just need 1 push to kill the players around the ball and a grab. They're only 4 seconds away from closing it out.
Sometimes you can get a little bit overexcited, though, in these situations, thinking, it's only a few seconds, it's only a few points. And you throw away a few kills. You throw away a little bit of map control, but not Snakebite. Too experienced for that. He's been around for far too long. Round 1 goes to Sentinels.
Very, very strong performance from Sentinels there. Great work from them. Great timing on their pushes. They close it out, and right now trying to send us the distance. They're 1 round away from maybe sending us to a game number 5.
Now, can Sentinels answer back the opening strategy, of Cloud9 a little bit better than they did in that first round? Snakebite with a double kill. He's certainly going to make sure that that is the case. There's another one. This time it's in the hands of Renegade. So 2 double kills for either side. There's Frosty, though, and there's a left cross as he fires a blind rocket, just hoping to connect. If that one hit, that would have been nuts. However, more importantly, he's got the rockets in his hand. He's also got the oddball back to his teammates.
3 consecutive double kills. I don't know. You know, you and I have been doing this, as we said earlier, a long time. I don't know the last time I saw 3 consecutive double kills like that. That was a wild opening, just big swings from each side, back to back to back in those moments. But still, Sentinels scoring our first 15 points on the board.
Snakebite got the most relaxed view of the entirety of Streets at the moment with the oddball in his hands. There's carnage happening all around the place, and he's just sitting there going, yep, you keep going, boys. You keep chilling. You keep...
Nice work, everyone.
Keep fine.
Keep it up.
I'll keep that oddball in my hands. Eco now making the push, though. Their Snakebite, unfortunately, is looking a little bit more uncomfortable for him, but he did at least get the play ball. Cloud9, though, can they scrape this ball back towards the tower? Formal picking up a kill, though, is going to make this a little bit uncomfortable, but look at those respawns. Coming in over at Cafe, that means Eco should have a few seconds here.
Yeah, you have to wonder. I mean, I don't think Snakebite had much of a choice. He obviously got naded in A. That's why he played the ball, just hoping that someone might have an angle, but unable to get any damage. They get the ball right away, so already points on the board here for the side of C9. They're also going to get 3 dead again. They're going to continue scoring. Looks like like maybe a tram rotate based on Penguin's location.
Eco bringing this one back to Tram, like you say, Andy. Renegade picking up a kill on the feed is going to make things a little bit more comfortable as well. He gets the information the two players are pushing. Can he survive those grenades? Yes, he can, and somehow manages to survive yet another one as well. I swear, when I play Halo Infinite, one grenade that lands about 30 feet away from me will take me down to 0 shields, but Eco knows better than I do. Eco, with this hold, and C9 with this hold, are starting to come back into this game. They have a considerable lead, and they're looking like they might want to close out this round in some style.
Yeah, Eco even goes C-Balk for a second, which just tells you how much control they had. Very rarely can the ball carrier just poke C-Balk and kind of look off of his kingdom and look over his domain to see what's going on, because you had 3 players dead. But finally, 2 players will fall. Looks like Cloud9 will be forced to maybe, it's kind of a clunky one, but it's a play ball in the end. As Stellar, though, does get those rockets. He's got 1 left.
Everything I do these days is clunky. It's age is really starting to become a factor, but Stellar will be taken down. The rocket not connecting. Bulldog in the hands of Frosty, though. See, that man's been grinding away with that new shotgun skin as well. Now throws the ball off to his teammate. Eco, though, is going to catch him off guard here inside of the red room. Look at this positioning, though.
Wow.
And look at the trust in a teammate to clean that kill up. Frosty doing it all, but that play ball's going to have to come in soon, because 2 members of C9 are going to be behind Snakebite here. He doesn't have the ball in his hands, though. He tried to throw a stalker rifle off instead.
Which is a lot harder to do, especially because it's a different set of buttons there. Just tries to play the ball, as you saw, bottom middle, but like you say, jumps out with the stalker rifle without the ball. That thing, as we said, it's a bit clunky. It's a bit heavy today and not able to be played, so that ball will stay in red room. Score is 65-37 in favor of C9.
Snakebite picks up 2, though. Renegade going to be taken down as well, so 3 dead here for Cloud9. Now, Eco, last player alive. What can you do to disrupt this potential rotation coming in for Sentinels? Lethal not quite connecting, but connecting with the battle rifle a little bit more effectively to pick up 1. Traded out almost immediately by Penguin. Opal down in arcade at the moment, and that is a risky place for everybody, because as we know, grenades and death usually wait around.
What a strong play from Stellar here, just staying alive, just dancing around B stairs, and you have to think they did not have the control that they needed around red room. My God, just knowing where to be at every single moment. And even though it looked like Eco and Stellar were going to have a hell of a time coming up driveway, somehow they work together. Eco trades out, essentially, and then they go get B Biller's control forever, and Sentinels just was not there to get the ball out of red room.
Penguins pick the ball up as well, and this is going to be now just 10 points away. One final push here for Sentinels, but look at this flank that's coming in. Eco manages to pick up the kill, though. C9 stay alive. I think it's Lethal who's managed to sneak behind, and yes, he has. He keeps the game alive here. Cloud9 will pick up the rockets, though, and Cloud9 will pick up the oddball. And with Lethal falling to Renegade, that will be the round going to Cloud9. They only need 5 points. No one in position here from Sentinels to get across the map quick enough. They tie it up at 1-1, and we're going to round number 3.
16-8 from Renegade right now, by the way. Yeah, I've no doubt that he's a huge factor in that round number 2 as they win that one handily. And like you say, right now, Cloud9 only 1 round away from closing out this tournament. It will be their 4th sweep of the NA Pro Series, their 5th consecutive win, or will Sentinels send us to a game number 5, 1 round to decide it?
Couple of kills fall across the board for both teams again, but it looks like this time it's going to be Sentinels who find themselves with just Snakebite alive, and that means rockets in the hands of Stellar. Tries to predict left. Unfortunately, it was a 50-50, and Snakebite went to the right. Snakebite going to be trying to use that second rocket and bait it out. However, Stellar gets the damage needed to take him down. Oddball not being picked up by anyone at the moment. Eco finally going to drop down on the objective and try and bring it back to Tram again.
2 dead for a second, and Eco thought about going tram, but knew that the B rail angle would be a little bit tough, but he gets challenged once again in ball spawn. So these teams really going to look for a little more slaying control before they try to run away with this game. There's a little bit too much on the line here in our round number 3.
Penguin taken down. Oddball retreats towards Tram, though. Lethal down here for Sentinels, but it's a 3v3 elsewhere on the map. Snakebite's managed to sneak in, and he'll be chasing down that Oddball with Renegade getting the kill over by Arcade. You can see the rotation almost immediately coming in, being met by a hail of grenades here. Snakebite, he made the right play. The difference was C9 just knew it was coming.
Absolutely. Snakebite using the thrust wisely to stay alive, but eventually he does get collapsed on, and Stellar now going to be here in red room around the water cooler, and he's ready to be rotate if he needs. Take a look. He's just seeing exactly where the opponents are coming from. He's able to drop and shoot. Look at the plays like that from Stellar. That is enormous. When your ball carrier is voluntarily rotating and scouting out the opponents and then can drop and just for a player like Snakebite at back PD, that is enormous level plays that's just going to open up the game for your team to continue scoring.
That's why I said I think he's been the standout player in the NA Pro Series at the moment. So many times he does it without the power weapon in his hand. He just does every single thing right. for Cloud9. And for Sentinels, you need to wake up in this oddball round 3 because they're down by 43 points at the moment. And with that beatdown coming in from Stellar again and the oddball down, maybe he can do something else.
Finally, it's taken down. Also, a 4-kill spree there coming in from Stellar. And like you said, the man was doing it all. And because of it, Cloud9 now leads 43-0. Just about halfway done with our round number 3.
3 dead though for Cloud9. Stellar first alive. So Snakebite's going to have rockets and Tram will be in the control now of Sentinels. No. Snakebite taken down to almost no shields though. He is actually no shields. He's barely got any health. And Stellar, who else but Stellar, is going to pop up and take the rockets out of his hands.
I think based on Snakebite's movement there, he did not know where the opponents are spawning because very rarely when you see nobody at Tram do you just fly across bottom mid to go over to ball spawn there, maybe trying to get away with something, but gets caught out there and the rockets will fall.
Renegade taken down as well. So good stuff here from Sentinels prioritizing the kills, and that's going to be Eco and Penguin first spawners here. Frosty picks up the kill with that Stalker rifle, and now they have the hold that they want. They're going to close that gap, and by the time the C9 get across the map here, you would imagine we're going to have a tie game.
You gotta watch the first kills. Penguin now spawned 4v4 battle. The first kill's really well determined. Renegade goes down first, so Sentinels just about to tie up this game. Here we go, tied at 43. They take the lead. If they can keep this up, they're gonna pick up another one. That's 2 dead again for C9. Sentinels right now might be able to do it.
Frosty dropping the ball. 2 dead for Sentinels. Renegade with those grenades might take him down, stays alive for now, tries to retreat towards his teammates. Most importantly though, that is a big play ball coming in from Frosty. He doesn't get that ball out. There's no chance for Sentinels to get involved in any kind of fights and keep the ball out of Cloud9's hands.
Look at that play ball, and you thought maybe for a second Renegade was going to pick up a double kill there to the left at the bottom of Neons, but he can't because the pressure comes in from areas like Tires, bottom A, and the ball spawn, and Sentinels gets away with the ball again. That's an enormous play ball that you will not see reflected in the stats. Great rotation from Sentinels.
Snakebite, like you say, a great rotation again, just saying, hey, this is really cool. You guys keep fighting. I'm out of here. I'm moving away from all of this carnage. I'm going to relocate from the city to the suburbs and have a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere around things as Lethal and Frosty pick up kills for him. Now, once again, the rotation comes in. Where are the spawns, though, for Sentinels? Because you know that Snakebite's going to be looking to find him, but it's going to be Penguin who finds him first with the rockets.
Penguin got the boom booms there as we take a look at Renegade on all the way. Very rarely do you see a back smack all the way up on PD Balk, but Renegade is able to get it. He will clear out that area, knows that someone is around the corner, and somehow Lethal will get taken down. Looks like maybe with his own splash damage. So just like that, 63-43. It's a 20-point game in favor of Sentinels.
Favorite Sentinels is a great comeback they've managed to make in this. Remember, they were down by around 40 points or so in this game. They managed to turn things on their head. Stellar, though, is going to go up against Snakebite. Snakebite does damage onto Eco as well. 2 root grenades are going to slow things down, but there's a frag grenade coming in from Formal. Lethal manages to pick the ball up. A break coming in almost immediately here for Sentinels, and that's big for them, Andy. If you fail on that push, then all of a sudden C9 get into that position where one more hold, they get pretty close to winning the game. So Sentinels had to break, and they had to break quickly, and they did exactly that.
2 were dead again, but right now 2 dead for the side of Sentinels. Oh, it's a big kill from Lethal. Very, very big kill. Gonna reset things just a bit. There's 2 dead for each side right now, 80-52.
Lethal, that is vital. They need to shut down Stellar as quickly as possible, though. Eco, excuse me, is going to be the player who needs to be shut down. I saw the respawn coming in from Stellar. Renegade now moving in as well, and he's going to try and do some removal work at the same time. Stellar picks up a kill in the feed as Renegade tries to just grab that ball away, but there's a player behind him. Renegade manages to survive and get back into Tram, though.
Wow, incredible. Oh my God, incredible work from Renegade to know that he could drop front C. He jumps back up C stairs, sees someone, and knows that he had the cover there. Still, though, a battle for back C. Whoever's able to control Tram right now is going to get the next time on the ball.
2v2 on the map. Eco, though, will turn it in the favor of C9. 3 players down for Sentinels. Oddball in the hands of Penguin. And with those plays and with those kills, we're going to see ourselves going into a tied game. Renegade with a kill on the feed as well. Rockets coming up. Sentinels need these to stay alive.
Yeah, they really do. Let's take a look. Those rocket grab, that might be the decider of this game. They're still up. Looks like they were just grabbed. Might have been by Eco. Yes, Eco grabs them as well with 3 dead for Sentinels. This should be the end.
Formal picks up 1. Eco needs to play bodyguard. 90 and rising. Picks up the kill onto Formal. Picks up a kill onto Lethal. And with that, Cloud9 go back to back to back to back. 4 in a row for Cloud9.